November 18, 1626, Vatican City, Rome. Under a gray sky, a single shaft of light began to illuminate a colossal structure. Enduring 120 years of relentless work, this building finally revealed its grandeur to the world, recording itself not merely as a church, but as one of the greatest architectural projects in human history. This is St. Peter's Basilica. Today, in commemoration of this special day, November 18th, we will delve into the massive architectural epic of St. Peter's Basilica, how it was born, and the great masters whose hands shaped it into the form we see today. St. Peter's Basilica, as its name suggests, was built over the tomb of St. Peter, the chief disciple of Jesus Christ and the first pope. Around 64 AD, under Emperor Nero's persecution, Peter was martyred on this very Vatican hill. In 313 AD, Emperor Constantine the Great built the first basilica on this site. This was the Old St. Peter's Basilica. For about 1,200 years, this structure served as the center of Roman Catholicism, but it gradually deteriorated under the weight of time. In the mid-15th century, Pope Nicholas V decided to tear down the aging church and build a new basilica that would be remembered forever. This marked the beginning of the St. Peter's Basilica construction we know today. The construction of the new St. Peter's Basilica officially began in 1506 under Pope Julius II. Because it was a mammoth undertaking spanning 120 years, the greatest architects and artists of the era poured their talents into it, working in a historic relay. The first runner was Donato Bramante, a master of Renaissance architecture. He envisioned a massive dome resting on a Greek cross floor plan. His design established the foundational framework for the basilica that followed. Following Bramante, Raphael took over as chief architect. However, his untimely death brought the project to a critical juncture. It was at this moment that a titan of history emerged. Despite his advanced age of 70, Michelangelo Buonarroti became the chief architect at the earnest request of Pope Paul III. He had already achieved fame with the Sistine Chapel ceiling and his sculptures, Pietà and David. While respecting Bramante's design, Michelangelo redesigned the dome to be taller and more monumental. The dome, reborn by his hand, is regarded as the symbol of Rome and the pinnacle of Renaissance architecture. Sadly, Michelangelo passed away before the dome was completed. But his apprentices and succeeding architects faithfully carried out his vision to finish the structure. As the 17th century began, the architectural trends shifted from the balance of the Renaissance to the dynamic, ornate beauty of the Baroque era. It was then that another genius, Gian Lorenzo Bernini, emerged to complete St. Peter's Basilica. Bernini focused on unifying the interior decoration and the external appearance of the church. He enhanced the sense of awe by erecting the colossal bronze baldacchino over the central altar, and decorated the Cathedra Petri throne of Peter with Baroque splendor. But one of his greatest masterpieces is St. Peter's Square. He designed the massive elliptical colonnade to look like the church's arms opening up to embrace pilgrims, making the basilica even more majestic and mysterious. Thanks to this square, St. Peter's Basilica transcends being merely a building to become a colossal work of art. 120 years after Bramante laid the cornerstone in 1506. With the sweat of countless architects, artists, and hundreds of thousands of artisans and laborers, St. Peter's Basilica was finally complete. On November 18, 1626, Pope Urban VIII officially consecrated this monumental building. The consecration ceremony on this day was not just the completion of a building. It was a historic moment that proclaimed the authority of the Roman Catholic Church and the culmination of Renaissance and Baroque art to the entire world. Today, this location is a pilgrimage site for Catholics worldwide and a treasure trove of human cultural heritage. November 18th, the day of St. Peter's Basilica's consecration, is not just a date. It symbolizes the passion and endless striving of humanity, embodied in Bramante's design, Michelangelo's dome, and Bernini's square. St. Peter's Basilica, an eternal source of inspiration that transcends time and space. The next time you visit, why not remember this 120-year architectural epic and the great passion of humankind contained within it? Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with another historical story.